Welcome back, warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Should I testify or should I plead the fifth? That's a question that New York Attorney General Letitia James should probably be asking herself, and she probably is. We're going to talk about Pam Bondi and she's about to actually start investigating 25 years of mortgage fraud concerning New York Attorney General Letitia James. That's a lot of fraud and a lot of years. And I got information from Sam E. Antar of White Collar Fraud. He is a financial investigator person who's been digging into all of this stuff with Letitia James. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you select all notifications so that you never miss a video. And I kindly ask that you watch the video to the very end. Now, let's get into it. You know, I've been doing videos about Big Tish and how she has gone after Donald Trump for fraud. But she allegedly is guilty of the very thing that she has been accusing him of. And she said everything is baseless and that it's just retribution, that she's being bullied. Is she being bullied, or did she actually do these horrible things? All right, so here is Sam E. Antar. You can just find this. And also, I'll put the link to White Collar Fraud in the description box below. It has a lot of information. And another thing they're saying is that this should go civil rather than criminal, because civil cases tend to move a lot quicker. It says why DOJ should pursue civil enforcement against Letitia James alongside criminal charges. Okay, so it says FIRREA advantages. In FIRREA, that is, let me look that up for you guys. That is the Financial Institutions Reform, Recovery, and Enforcement Act of 1989. It's a U.S. federal law enacted to address the savings and loan crisis and other things. It manages failed savings institutions, sets new standards for the industry, and it also significantly impacted the real estate appraisal industry, establishing a regulatory system involving federal and state governments and the appraisal foundation. So I just wanted you to know a little bit about that. And here are some advantages: lower burden of proof, beyond reasonable doubt, faster timeline, immediate discovery powers that can expose everything, up to a $1.1 million penalty per violation. That's per violation. All right. And the evidence shows that James's own smoking gun email proves intent. On August 2023, she wrote, "Property will not be my primary residence," then signed sworn declaration 15 days later, claiming the opposite for $100,000 plus and fraudulent benefits. So literally, like a little over 2 weeks later, she says it is going to be my primary residence. And then I did another video that says those in her office watched her sign the documents, so they were aware. Proven strategy: as former Crazy Eddie CFO who testified in both criminal and civil cases, I witnessed how parallel proceedings maximize accountability. While criminal convictions were limited, civil enforcement recovered $83 million plus even from defendants who beat criminal charges. So we know that Letitia James, allegedly lied about, the Brooklyn property that has, she says 4 units, but it really has 5, and all the other things like her. There was even a document that says she was married to her father. Like, her father is named Robert James. That is crazy. This fraud goes back to 1983. So we need Pam Bondi to really get on top of things and be, she's finding out all this information, and she is set to investigate 25 plus years of alleged mortgage fraud. Now, here's the irony. James prosecuted Trump for property misrepresentations, declaring no one is above the law. Now, she faces identical scrutiny with documentary evidence few fraud cases can match. The DOJ has the authority, precedent, and a written confession delivered by defendant's own attorney. The civil case practically writes itself. It has her take the fifth or testify. Now, this is wow. Wow. And there are benefits of her, in any case, whether she testifies or not. All right. So whitecollarfraud.com, it says, and I'm just it's so many posts on here all about her. And this is from a couple of weeks ago. Letitia James wants your $25 while sitting on a $10 million taxpayer defense fund. And it says, beginning Monday, May 14th, we began periodic FOIL requests to demand transparency about Letitia James's taxpayer-funded $10 million legal defense fund. Follow this investigation at white collar fraud. So there's that. New DOB inspection contradicts AG James's Brooklyn property claims on May 13th, 2025, just 2 days. And this is, again, this is from May 15th. It says that New York City Department of Buildings, so that DOB is Department of Buildings, closed a complaint which alleged that New York Attorney General James Brownstone at 296 Lafayette Avenue violated his certificate of occupancy. So that's the one we already know about. And it has just so much on her 2024 financial disclosure, missing properties and phantom mortgages under federal scrutiny following a April 14th criminal referral from the Federal Housing Finance Agency to the DOJ for alleged mortgage fraud. New York Attorney General Letitia James filed her latest financial disclosure statement on May 13th, made public today. The filing raises serious questions about her compliance with New York state disclosure laws and an entire Virginia property. Don't forget those Virginia properties where she said, I won't be living there, then she will be living there. It also states, this is May 19th, as New York's top prosecutor faces federal investigation, her campaign activities for Adrienne Adams raised serious questions about the misuse of official position when New York's top law enforcement officer uses her official title to solicit campaign donations. Where exactly is the line between public service and political activity? This question demands attention after a concerning text message campaign endorsed. Okay, and the latest one, and I'm just going to skip up to the one that is dated today, when federal prosecutors referred Letitia James for criminal investigation on April 14th, they may have missed their most powerful weapon. Criminal cases drag, civil enforcement hits fast and puts witnesses under oath. The strategic advantage criminal prosecution isn't the only weapon in DOJ's arsenal. And also, I just told you that FIRREA offers a lower burden of proof, powerful discovery tools, and everything just moves a lot faster. So Letitia James, which I have been covering for quite some time, went after now President Donald Trump. And remember, after he won, she just really didn't think that things were going to go that way. And now she's still out here grandstanding. So Letitia James, Big Tish, looks like she's headed for DOJ investigation. She's under investigation. She's going to be, it looks like she's going to be. So Letitia James, looks like Pam Bondi is about to start investigating you. You could get up to $1.1 million per violation. All of these things are coming down, and it looks like multiple cases of fraud, alleged fraud from her. What is she going to do? Now, I've seen she could either testify or she could just plead the fifth, and there are pros and cons with each scenario. Tell me what you guys think. And I know already what you think. You think that she's not even going to face justice. You think that these things just drag on and on. You want to see handcuffs. You want to see it. You are tired of, we're starting an investigation. We're starting an investigation. I'm tired of it too. We want to hear some clicks of some handcuffs. That's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear any more of, this person's about to be investigated. They're about to be investigated. Okay. But we want to see action. All right. But I believe this is going to really hit home for Letitia James. And I wonder if Donald Trump, which I don't think he has time to do, he doesn't have time to sit there and look at her like she was looking at him while he was going through all this hell, this manufactured stuff with nobody being a victim. But yet she gets to tout her horse and be all arrogant and full of herself, knowing full well that you got this allegedly in your own history. I mean, this goes back 25 plus years. This is huge. The whole thing with the certificate of occupancy, the whole thing with the 2 properties in Virginia, then the documents about her so-called being married to her father. Really? And I did those videos about, the whole father thing way before a lot of other people did. Okay, so I'm going to keep on top of it, but it is just wild to see this unfold. I will stay on top of it. I will leave the links in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.